apparently every time I launch this game, it puts me into a tutorial. Okay, so I'm gonna go for the Claro estate. I was originally like, I should go get Ari, but I was looking back on the footage and I realized like this game is very much, oops, that's not it, there we go. This game is very much balanced around the idea of you exploring these zones, and maybe this one is inaccessible, I'm not entirely sure. But, you know, that area earlier where I was just like, I don't want to go here because, you know, I want to get a third-party member before I do anything. But in reality, I probably should have just gone and checked out those spots. Okay, this is locked. I should have checked out those spots because I think when it comes down to it, like, I was kind of designed to go there. Oh, right, I forgot to tentacle. Oh well, it's fine. It's been a couple of days since I last played this, and I just got my booster, so I'm a little out of it. It's fine. I don't actually remember this. Like what I'm supposed to do on this guy. Immune to stun, concussion, Aura of Sloth. Right. Power attack and a speed lane attack. Well, Aura of Sloth is annoying, but I'll probably ignore it for the time being.
The wind has my back.
Okay. Let's just taunt. I don't actually remember how tough this sucker is. Okay. So we gotta hit him with a speed lane and a power lane. Put him in the speed lane. Let's put him in the power lane. There we go. Okay, I don't think we have too much to contend with here. I could do just Grace of Nagakaburos. 52 damage, just hit him anyway. Ooh. Yeah. And that'll put her in the haste zone. There we go. Unfortunate part is, as far as I know, this sucker is immune to concussion stun. Well, that's fine. Hey, got him with the bleed, no aura. Okay, what do we do next? Honestly, probably just kind of hit him. He's not that dangerous, not at this point. Okay. See if I can get myself back in the haste zone. I want to do a Poros next anyway. She's getting pummeled a bit. It's just cute. Okay. What do we do? Do we just do another Raging Wind? I don't think we need to worry too much. I probably should have left her in the balance lane. She might not... It might not live. Oh well. If I manage to kill it before I actually get to heal off, then so be it. We're not that hurt. I can heal on the next round. There we go. I'm very glad that I can come back and refight some things. Okay, so we wanted to try going here. Just to see if I could. Because yeah, if I can go in here, if I can actually explore this area, then I probably should give it a shot. And if I can't, well, it's worth a shot. No, I can go in. Okay, cool. I don't mind the idea of trying to clear a light bonus dungeon for loot, treasure, interesting equipment, or just EXP. Doesn't look like we have too much in here. Plus, of course, this whole place is effectively empty until we get the side quest associated with it. No, there's clearly a little bit. On the dresser, you find a locket with the name Irene Claro inscribed on it. You sense no malice in this being. It's the lingering memory of a teenage girl, yet her features seem somehow otherworldly. The man with the chains, I saw him. Even through the mist, I saw the lantern light. I knew... Wait, isn't the man with the chains Hecarim or Thresh? I forget. Oh, I knew it was something. Shoot. You take the locket and close your hand around it. It seems to radiate cold. I wonder if we get a side quest or a bounty to come here. Oh, wait, why am I Braum? Oh, well. Alright. I guess, honestly, instead of doing my usual tank stuff, I could probably just spread the love and just start hitting. I don't think I need to go for the full tank combo against basic enemies. I kill him too quick. I might want to heal. Do that since we're in the balance mode. Sweeping blade. Nah, it's not going to get me anywhere useful. But that's fine. I like the timeline system on this. So, I'm sure I've mentioned that I've been playing... let's see, her? I'm sure I've mentioned that I've been playing Final Fantasy IV lately. It's kind of just like a thing that I've been doing. And, it's reminded me of... This reminds me of the ATB system that, you know, the old Final Fantasy games had, where you had, like, a little bar that would fill up, and when it filled up for one of your characters, it was your turn. I thought that was a really neat idea that I never actually liked. You know, as a kid, I loved the idea of it. It made turn-based combat feel so much more interesting. But now that I've gotten older, I think so much of me is kind of reversed my position on these things. That I like the smoothness of turn-based combat, largely just because turn-based combat feels more organized. I'm not stressed about it. You know, it's like, oh, it's your turn, but you gotta pick your action quick, otherwise an enemy is gonna start just walloping you while you're trying to make a tactical decision. I think there's kind of merit to that sort of thing, but I don't actually really like the haste.
I embrace motion.
Never gets old.
There we go. I don't think these guys are going to do any damage to me. But the idea of a timeline system where it's effectively the same thing as the ATB system, but without the constant ticking clock. You know, there's something actually really attractive about that from a mechanical standpoint of, like, especially when you can manipulate it in some way. I remember when Final Fantasy X came out, I was specifically kind of disinterested. You know, I was like, it's turn-based, why didn't they do like an ATB system? And now I'm just like, you know, in my quest to play through every Final Fantasy game, I'm actually looking forward to getting back to 10 and playing it again, because it feels like I'm going to appreciate it so much more now that I'm older and more patient, more willing to look at things from kind of a slow perspective. On the railing you find a locket with the name Samuel Claro inscribed on it. Streams of mist coalesce into the shape of a young boy, dissipating over and over. This is one of my favorite spots. I mean, it's a nice view, except for the mire. Murk. I just come out here when I wanted to be alone. I'd watch the ships load in the docks out there. The mist was so cold, I didn't even hear the screams. I thought it was just the serpent callers. You take the locket and close your hand around it. It seems to radiate cold. I like these little bonus dungeons and areas. I'm sure I probably would have been given a reason to come here, but I don't know. I guess Battle Chasers had a number that were also kind of in the same vein. Where totally optional areas that you just get to explore and find interesting things in and a little bit of extra story. That altar-looking thing seems interesting. This door is barricaded from the other side. Though barred, there are signs of struggle and structural damage to the door. Perhaps the people on the other side no longer felt safe. I mean, unsurprisingly. The mist had rolled in and the whole place got overrun by ghosts. Go figure you wouldn't feel safe. Searching through the desk, you find the journal of Eric Clara. The handwriting is clean and formal. The journal spans a great deal of time over 5 years, but the entries are infrequent. He details working for his father, who he has come to admire, helping him manage the warehouse and shipments. He says he's the only one in Bilgewater that knows how to manage a shipyard. Perhaps, let's see, perhaps because he learned it in Piltover, unlike these disorganized clods. Fair enough.
No one is promised.
Oh, the poison mist. Okay. Honestly, let's just go for the hits. Eventually, I'll switch her over to more of a, you know, pure tanking build, but we just don't have the right perks for it yet. We're getting there.
Just a short rest.
But we're not quite there yet. Okay, we want to try and stay out of the poison mist. So if I just go pure power lane, it's fine. There we go. And I might as well just do... If I do that, we'll heal before. Perfect. Amen is no real object here. I was originally very focused on the idea of trying not to waste my mana in favor of just, you know, using and abusing overcharge. But we generally have enough mana and mana regen. It's not really a problem. Okay. I could do a Gathering Storm to them. Or I could just do another Sweeping Blade. Let's just go power lane. None of these guys are particularly damaging. Let's see. And what else do I say here? I've been having that problem a little bit lately. Not a huge problem, but just the constant question of like, okay, what do I say? I think I've just been in this odd funk. It's easy to kind of do like pseudo review stuff where I compare and contrast like other games. I do not have a whole lot of tentacles. Oh, he was in the middle of the poison mist. I didn't even see him there. It's fine. It's rude, but it's fine. Okay. Do we have enough? We generally have enough.
Stay down.
Okay. Because here's the thing. I can just get rid of all the debuffs. These guys are only a problem because they stack more debuffs. Yeah, there's no way to just skip this. I don't necessarily mind it, but it is repetitive. There we go. Okay, let's just go for a quick heal. Because, yeah, they're not getting through my shields. I guess they do have the damage booster from one of their kind dying. Do I want to just kill? Actually, let's just do this. So I think our crit chance is gone.
That actually feels better.
Okay.
Strike them
Moving
down.
back. Wow. That was enough damage. Let's see. And might as well just hit it, get some mana back. Guy isn't going to hit me. And we're good. If I sound a little out of it... No, it's not really much of anything. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I got my booster yesterday, 2 days ago. It's just kind of put me in fog mode. I've gotten sick recently, and so this kind of whole dealio with, ooh, weighted stone pauldron. That seems good. I should ask if I want to do a tutorial every single time I come here. So reduce my attack power, increase my durability by a lot. Yeah, I'm not that big on the idea of it, but at the same time. Searching through the desk, you find the journal of Samuel Claro. On the cover is scrawled, "Do not read Alley," which is crossed out. The journal contains entries from the last couple of years of his life. In general, he slowly gains disdain for his parents and wants to make his own way as part of a new generation. Complains about a necklace his mother always insisted he and his siblings wear. She claims it grows stronger the closer you are to his siblings. He is convinced that that's just Ionian nonsense. So that's why we're doing this. Let's go to the end of the hall, all the same. Oh. Oil painting of a boy in the beginnings of adolescence hangs on the wall here. Samuel Claro. The oil painting of a teen bridging the span between boy and adulthood, most likely around 14. His hair is a sandy color, under his green eyes are the faintest traces of freckles. His face is unusually stern and serious. Oil painting of a young man in the beginnings of adulthood hangs here. It's Eric Claro. The oil painting is of a young man in his early 20s. His arms are folded, brown hair blowing in the salty wind. And he stands proud, with a self-assured, closed-mouthed smile. You get the sense his brown eyes are not looking at you, but something past you, full of optimism and confident the world will one day be the way he dreams it could be. Boy, that hits. Oh, I can go here? Where does this lead? I'm gonna go get that other treasure chest, seeing as it seems like a dead end. Were there any other portraits here? Unsure. Oh, and we're in the poison mist again. It's fine.
My path lies beyond.
Poison mist is no biggie. But yeah, I pretty much haven't gotten sick since last couple times I went to convention. But even then, I don't remember getting sick. It was like beginning of 2019 was the last time I got sick. And then otherwise, I've been pretty much in the clear. Especially the last 2 years, you know, no personal contact means no random colds from... Ooh. Let's just go for shields. Let's just do power lane. Might as well. Ow. And we get the shields. But yeah, I don't get random colds from people anymore because I'm never around them. You know, back when I was in school, I get sick constantly. Just from physical proximity to my peers. Could do a healing mist. I think we want to just keep wailing on this guy. There we go. We get another chance, though. I think we might kill these guys before. Let's see. Do we just... Yeah, let's just do another sweeping blade. I'm just gonna kill. I could heal. I like ending my fights full health, but it's not that big of a deal. Oh.
That's how we do it.
Never mind. I like finishing my fights full health just because it means going into the next fight is going to be so much easier. But at the same time, oh well. Okay, so where does this take us? Blue Flame Idol. Please be good. Okay. Yes, a lot of attack power does hamper physical defense. But honestly, we haven't been taking that much damage. On the ground, you find a locket with the name Eric Claro inscribed on it. Whirls of fog shaped themselves into the form of a man. It's always good with my hands. People came to me to fix their broken things. Watches, pistols, trinkets, I could fix them all. When I saw my little sister covered in blood, I felt useless. There was something I could not fix. You will soon know the despair that I did. Your presence here is a mockery of our suffering. Oh, he's mad.
No more running.
Okay. How do we want to do this one? I could maybe go for the taunt. Let's go for the taunt. I don't know if he has any special moves. But I'm gonna go with, Okay, I don't remember if I gave Braum any kind of mana regen. I did. 2 mana per second. Second per turn. Okay, do we go with Steel Tempest? Yeah.
Stay down.
Oh. She's on fire. That's rude. Go for a heal. Tom gets healed. Not an inconsequential amount either.
My shield stands
There we go. We're at 13. Oh, looks like he does retaliatory damage too. Okay. Now, we do still have... Oh no, we have flow. We didn't have the crit anymore. If I could increase the duration on that by even just a turn, that'd go a very long way for me. Oh, Avalanche! I thought he said Everlight for a second. I was just super confused. I was like, what? Where's that even come from? That feels like something another champion would say. Legend, I guess? It's fine. Okay. So there's Gale Strike. Yeah, let's do a double whammy of a Gale Strike.
Tempest builds.
And then we'll do the other one. Keep taunting. Because this guy isn't really a big deal against her. Especially with the light healing and just overall damage shielding. Okay, go for the concussion. Yeah.
A fine success.
Got him with a bleed.
That's how we
There we
do it.
go. Ooh. Concussion scales really well with tentacle smashes. Good to know. Honestly, let's just hit him at this point. Everybody else is well shielded. There we go. I wonder if I can get some kind of passive shielding via Brawn or some other character. Big maybe. Okay, power lean abilities will cause the caster to take heavy magic damage and be ignited. Cool. Honestly, a little late on the whole raging wind, but it's fine.
You won't feel a thing.
Honestly, I might just kill this guy before I even pull that hit off. We barely get into it.
Looking good.
That's why it just keeps going, because why not?
Maybe next time, your way.
Alright, do we level up? She levels up. Okay, Overcharge Mastery. New ability, heals the most damaged ally for 7 health per 10 overcharge used. It's not bad. Some new runes. I like Recuperate. That might be worth grabbing. But I still think I want... I think I still want to make her more retaliatory thing. Oh, why do you get to leave and we don't? You take the locket and close your hand around it. It seems to radiate cold. Okay, now I think we go back to that weird altar. I didn't see any portraits for the girl, did I? No? Alright. So it's gotta be this thing. The device appears to be a station of some kind. There's an indentation for a circular object, but it only has 1/4 of whatever it is. Insert the other 3 Claro children lockets into the device. As you place the 3 lockets into the device, completing the circle. Oh, you place them into the device, completing the circle. As you place the last one, it slides in with a satisfying click. There's a sound behind you. Connecting our lockets linked us together. Finally, we found each other again. There's so much to see now, to explore. For us, this was only the beginning. Freaky? Something was left behind by one of the memories of the Claro family. The locket. Equipment. So what's it do? Extra attack power and crit. Well, that's... So it actually hurts his crit by a smidge. But more attack power is always useful on him. I was hoping it would have like a special feature of some variety. But alas. Either way, glad I came. Because yeah, otherwise I would have come back to this section at a later date. And I don't want to say I've been like kind of disappointed by what I found. I mean, who knows? Maybe it scales based on level. But at the same time, yeah, it seems like it is worth going out of my way to visit every area in an area. Because it is truly balanced around the idea of me doing that. Okay. Oh, right. Runes. I do not know why it keeps asking for that. Oh, so it doesn't look like I can actually invest in this. Oh. There's also mastery perks. So these are different. So beyond just having these abilities, you also get mastery perks. They're minor, but they're still there. Good to know. Unfortunately, I need more rune shards to get those. Yeah, would I want to invest into this? Maybe? I mean, probably. Sure. Yeah, I'll do it. So what are his? Ooh, yeah. Boon to the initiative bar that adds a damage shield to champions in the region. So there's kind of the auto one. And then this is all damage for the most part. Which, like, is good. Okay, so attack power, crit damage, boon that increases crit chance for a turn, or just extra crit chance, haste, more haste, and attack power by 4% on a crit stacks 6 times, lasts the entire battle. Neat. I like the various ways that you can kind of build and customize a character. I know there's stuff like Path of Exile, they go like to the nth degree on that sort of thing. Which maybe it is a bit much, but at the same time, I like character customization in my turn-based RPGs. That otherwise it just kind of feels like I have no hand in how my characters are built or designed in any way, shape, or form. And it's not like it's bad, but it just... I'm not excited about leveling up. You know, to some degree, if there's no, like, hefty character customization... Every time you level up, it's like, okay, you know, maybe you get to the point where you get a new move, but at the same time, it's mostly just numerical increases. It's like, yay, you're level 56 now. What's the difference between 56 and... Oh, we're Yasuo now. Maybe slowing it down was actually a good idea. Okay, slow. Reduces haste by 10% per stack. It's okay. Let's just wail on this guy. I don't think I need to worry too much. But yeah, so like the difference between level 56, 55 and 56 almost always is just kind of nothing. Let's just hit him with it anyway. And so, for games like this, where you don't level up very often at all, but every time you level up, it has, I'm not going to say meaningful choices, because many of the choices are just kind of like, you know, 3% crit chance or like a little bit of haste. But the more of those systems you kind of layer on top of each other, the more you kind of look forward to leveling up. Where it's just like, yeah, I'm actually really interested in the active leveling here because I want to see what kind of build I am able to even build for. Well, if I'm not going to be able to get inside the haste land, then I'm just not going to.
Over, Mr. Nice Bro.
I think Final Fantasy X also had like a decent leveling system in this means. Or conversely, there's also like the Final Fantasy XII one where you got like levels, but you also had AP, which are completely different in their own way. Let's see. Let's do another Eye of the Wind. Ow. Yeah, this sucker hurts. I probably should have just done my usual tank nonsense against him, but it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. We're good. I don't know if I'm going to be able to kill him. Never mind.
Even Boulder cracks.
Came out of it mostly fine. I think my mana is down a bit, but hardly a concern. Hey! Oh. I didn't notice Yasuo hit level 10. Preemptive barrier. Begins the battle with the damage shield. But I think that's just him. I'll have to take a look at these. I think we need more runes before I can do anything. Okay, increases haste. Which I like. I like the idea of follow-up. But it seems better to just go down the tree. I might want to put 1 point into Guardian. We'll do that for now, especially because I can kind of do whatever. Let's see, and I have no upgrade points remaining. Yeah, it's fine. I'm trying to think of other games that had particularly interesting leveling systems. And I keep coming back to mostly the Final Fantasy games because I've been playing them recently. I always thought Tales of Symphonia, or the Tales of series, was kind of interesting. Because you'd unlock new moves based on using other moves. And I never really, like, I don't think I ever got particularly deep into it. I just kind of did whatever. But there was a certain charm. Oh, hey, rest point. There's a certain charm to the idea of like messing around with like different moves and or building yourself in multiple directions. It didn't seem like there was too much variation, but that's probably just because I never really put a whole lot of time into learning what I could do. I mostly just went with Demon Fang until everything was dead. Oh. And I gotta be Alawi. However, I realize this is a bit of a short episode, but my nose is burning, and also, I don't know, I want to make sure I have a bit of a backlog so I'm not like burning myself out here. And it looks like this is going to take a while. So instead of leaving us off halfway through this dungeon, I'm just going to leave us off here and then tackle this dungeon for tomorrow. So with that, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.